What is the primary purpose of Azure Resource Manager ARM templates? A. To automate the deployment and management of Azure resources. To monitor Azure resources. C. To provide security for Azure resources. To manage billing and costs in Azure. La respuesta correcta es A. To automate the deployment and management of Azure resources. ARM templates are JSON files that define the infrastructure and configuration for your Azure solution. They enable you to automate the deployment and management of Azure resources. Which of the following is a key benefit of using Bicep over ARM templates? A. Bicep supports more Azure services. B. Bicep is a domain-specific language DSL that is easier to read and write. C. Bicep provides better security features. D. Bicep is integrated with Azure DevOps. La respuesta correcta es B. Bicep is a domain-specific language DSL that is easier to read and write. Bicep is a domain-specific language DSL for deploying Azure resources. It simplifies the syntax and structure compared to JSON-based ARM templates, making it easier to read and write. How can you ensure that a resource is deployed only if it does not already exist using an ARM template? A. Use the condition property. B. Use the mode property set to incremental. C. Use the existence check property. Use the depends on property. La respuesta correcta es A. Use the condition property. The condition property in an ARM template allows you to specify whether a resource should be deployed based on a condition, such as whether the resource already exists. What is the file extension for a Bicep file? A. B. C. ARM. La respuesta correcta es Bicep. Bicep files use the .bicep file extension. They are used to define Azure resources in a more concise and readable format compared to JSON-based ARM templates. Which command is used to deploy an ARM template using Azure CLI? A. As resource create. B. As group create. C. As deployment group create. D. As template deploy. La respuesta correcta es C. As deployment group create. The A's deployment group create command is used to deploy an ARM template to a resource group using Azure CLI. What is the purpose of the depends on property in an ARM template? A. To specify the order of resource deployment. B. To define the resource type. C. To set the resource location. To assign tags to the resource. La respuesta correcta es A. To specify the order of resource deployment. The depends on property in an ARM template specifies the order in which resources are deployed. It ensures that a resource is deployed only after the resources it depends on have been deployed.